Here in Tennessee, we're going to do a quick video for you. 2-tube 4cx150. These are a radio drive tube. Recommended drive no more than 25 watts peak to 30 watts peak. This one runs at about 1800 volts, 1700 volts or so. Does have a standby, power off and on. Input tune, plate and load, pretty standard for a tube amp. It does have the variable bias control down here. So you're changing the biasing of the amp. It's on a variable. Therefore, it'll change the peak output of the amp along with the average output of the amp, depending on where you have it set. Right now, we have it turned all the way back, which is going to give us the most forward swing on peak. But the amp will not key a lot of power with the bias all the way back. It does not key a whole lot. So it virtually keys about the same as what you put into it with the radio. This amp has got an internal blower built into it. It runs very, very quiet. I mean, I don't even know if you can hear it running on this video, but it does run very, very quiet. Amp is built by Joe the Grinder, South Alabama. He does a good job on amps. Real clean build. Let me ease over here to the bird meter. Well, before I do that, we're going to be running a Cobra 29 doing about 25 watts, normal radio that we run. I think we're keying somewhere between 2 and 3 watts into it. And we'll go over here to the bird meter. We do have our bird peak kit in, and we've got a 1000 watt slug. So we'll be looking at the bottom scale. Now again, our bias is turned all the way back on here right now, so we're going to be getting a whole lot of forward swing. We're keying almost nothing. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio. And we're swinging about 800 watts. Hello, radio. 1, 2, 3. Audio, radio. Maybe a little bit more if we get up in the mic. Audio 1, 2, 3. But about 800. Now, what we're going to do is come over here and we're going to dial our bias up. You got a little red indicator there. We'll come on up to about 11 o'clock or so. We'll come back over. I've got a radio in the background that's picking it up some. So hello, audio, 1, 2, 3. Let me turn that thing down. All right. Audio 1, 2, 3. So we've got our bias cranked up, and we're down on our peak output to about hello radio, about 500 watts. Audio. And we're keying about 40 watts right there, so that's not too bad. And you can raise the carrier up a little bit on your radio. That's about 3.5 watts going in. Audio, 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 and we're dead keying about 50. Audio, swinging almost 500. Come back over here. We did turn our bias up just a little bit to get that carrier up. And we'll go ahead and turn it wide open. See what it'll do. Audio, we're keying about 150. Audio, 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 radio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Hello, audio, swinging about 500. Oh, excuse me, we're keying about 250. Let's back that down just a little bit. Still keying pretty high. Back our radio down some. Go about 200. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio, audio. We've been on the key the whole time, so hello, audio. This thing ain't gonna get no trouble. Audio 1, 2, 3. About 490, 500. That's with our bias control at 3 o'clock. and we're keying almost 200 right there. Running this thing normal, if you're wanting to run the bias up, you're probably running at 150 watts or so. We'll back her on down here again. Go back to all the way down. Audio or radio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 1, 2, 3, and we're back up to 800. And you can audio, 1, 2, 3. Like I said, increase it. Audio. That's the bias at about 9 o'clock. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 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 and that's about 11 o'clock. And from 11 o'clock forward, you're looking at about 500 watts peak output. Now, I know if I post this video and don't show average, somebody's going to say something. So let's see what it does average. First, we'll try it with the bias all the way down, and we are on average again. 1,000 watt slug still. Bias is all the way back. Audio, 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 audio. About 180, 190 watts. We'll turn it up to 11 o'clock. Audio, we gain a little bit on our average. Audio, about 90, 190 watts average. And we'll go all the way open with it. So, wide open now. Audio, audio. Turn our carrier back so we're not overdriving. Audio, 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 and right at 200, 205 watts average. And that just goes to show you another way that the variable bias affects it. If you remember, we dropped our peak output when we raised our bias up, but as you can see, we increased our average output slightly. So that's how it works. 4cx150 makes somebody an excellent driver. Sorry I went a little bit overboard on the video, but I just kind of wanted to play with this amp on the video and let you guys see it run or whatever. And if you're interested in it, you can shoot me a text or whatever, 423-299-3535. I appreciate it. 73s.